Oh, you know what I recommend? Don't go on the House of Commons if you get mad easy. You know what they do? They're like fucking babies. I'm not even kidding. Poilievre's like, well, when I was housing minister, I did this. And Trudeau's like, yeah, well, I had all the people wanted me to do this, and that's what we did. And I know there's $8 billion missing, but that's just what we do. And he's like, oh, when I did your job, I did it better than you. And they just go back and forth and back and forth instead of, where's the $8 billion, fuckface? Then nobody answers that question. And then it's like, he wants questions answered like, does Poilievre or Poilievre have ties with, white supremacies, or I can't remember what it was. It was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, he goes to church. I mean, you might be a closet communist, but that doesn't mean that he is. And there's other people in the world that, think that they can do a better job than you can do. And you just basically have been in there on your own, sitting on the throne like you're the king, and you're not the king of anything, man. Oh my gosh. I just don't understand why anybody would listen to you. Like, you admire China, you admire dictatorship. Huh. Well, that's very unfucking Canadian, as I've ever heard. And that's just not acceptable to any of us Canadians. We don't want you to say that. We don't want you to even speak for us. Nobody likes you anymore. Nobody really, I think, ever did. We give you a shot, and you're like, yeah, well, I'm going to make it in a few more years. I really feel like we didn't get a vote on that one. And you slipped that in, okay? Like, fucking right under the radar. Because that's what politicians do. They just do that kind of shit. But who are you to make laws without telling us? And, like, why is there cops standing by and, helping one band of protesters, but the other ones are told to go home because they're causing an agitation? But the people in the streets chanting for death to Canada and burning our flag, that's okay. That's okay? That's not okay. It's never going to be okay. What is wrong with people anymore? Why would you think that we would accept this? And why would you think that we would want to turn into communists? For instance, if you think that somebody works their whole life, like I said this the other video too, I can't even help getting pissed off about it. Like, I didn't. I have a little teeny nest egg, a little teeny weeny one, only by the grace of God. My alarm's gonna go off, and and I'm lucky that way. But there's people that are in really bad spots. Oh shit! I lost my fucking train of thought there. I think I have ADHD, but he just keeps making laws and doing things like the Emergency Act and acting like he speaks for everybody when he doesn't. He just doesn't. He doesn't even care. He has no clue how we have to live, how you guys have to live. You hardworking people, this is what I was going to say. You work your asses off, and doctors, thanks, asshole. It's hard enough to get a doctor. Now they're fleeing Canada. Now you're like, oh yeah, you want to leave? You're going to pay 25 grand. No. How about you pay them extra money for staying in Canada because you're a nerd and you don't know what the fuck you're doing? And who's going to want to come here and pay double to get less? They're going to be paying workers. They're going to make no profits. How is it going to be beneficial for Canadians when every business leaves? They're already leaving in droves. There's already people over, they have warehouses everywhere else in the world because we're actually too expensive. Well, that's not going to be good for us, is it? And if you tax us right out of the bracket, we won't even have any kind of commerce. And we need that. Of course we do. And like, you screwed with the truckers. The truckers bring the food. The truckers bring everything. You're a moron. Like, he backed India when they had their busser strikes or whatever. Their you know what I mean? When they had their protests and they had the vehicles and the whole shit. And he was like, yes, I stand up for India. Meanwhile, for our whole fucking country, you could have been the hero. You could have said, you know what, I'm going to make things better because of COVID or blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to force people to do this. And I'm not going to mandate nothing because I'm a moron. Meanwhile, that's what he exactly did. He mandated it. I didn't do it. I had to keep in the house for like forever. But you know what? I ended up getting COVID, like I said a while ago. And I got sick. And I have like lung issues. And I didn't die. And I'm really glad I never took the shot. And I know people are going to be like, oh, we got to pull that video because she said that. Like, to me, that's un-Canadian. Don't tell me I can't say what's on my mind. I'm not freaking out. I'm not threatening anybody. And how the fuck did the cops stand by other protesters instead of Canadians that have lived here and had their generational families here their whole lives? We were never slave owners. We were never bad people. We didn't steal fucking anything. And everybody's like hating us. They hate white people. I'm serious. It's the Great White Hate. I have a whole thing of it in my library online or on here. They hate us. What the fuck? It's either they hate you because you're white, or they hate you because you're Christian, or they hate you because you're straight. Just hate, hate, hatey, hate, hate. And it's just, I'm getting fed up. Like, and then if you say something, you're just a crazy ranting bitch. It's like, okay, then I'll be that crazy ranting bitch because somebody's got to say it. And I love that we've had multiculturalism my whole life. But you know what? You don't come here and decide, oh, we're going to turn it into an Islamic country. This is not an Islamic country. You cannot do that. That's not okay. So we need for you to stop. And if you're going to come to a country, adapt, acclimate, be in with the other people. You know, you don't have to not have your heritage. But, I mean, we all have our heritage. But before anything, we're Canadians. It doesn't matter if you were born in Guyana or wherever. If you come here and you become a citizen, you swear to the Canadian oath that you want to come here to be a citizen and you want to defend Canada. And it was the Queen's and now it's the King's. You know, like you had to ask for permission and then they grant you the permission to stay here. But these other people are coming here and that's not asylum. They're looking for economic migration and that is not what they said. And our borders are even more open than the ones in the United States. You think that our borders are better, but they're not. And they're letting in anybody. They're flying people in from New York City. They're flying people in from like Chicago. There's people flying in from everywhere and then they're just shipping them out to us. What the fuck are we going to do with them? We can barely do what we can with the ones we have. Like, there's nowhere for them to go or to eat or to, like, nobody's happy. And then it's like a clash war. It's like a class war, I should say, where there's violence and stuff. And it's just like, they just want to take it from you. They come here and they're like, fuck you, bitch. Like, I'll take it from you. And they're like really nasty and scary. And I don't get out much, but I sure do watch what's going on. And I watch a lot of stuff like, you know, just not entertainment news either, like real news. And I just cannot believe some of the stuff that has happened. Like, how could we go backwards in time? How was it such the horror of anti-Semitism in the German war, and he was such a racist fuck, and he killed how many Jews? And how is that okay to do now then? How does Israel getting a slaughter on the October 7th turn into everybody's gunning and happy for Palestine? Palestine was happy that Israel got raped and killed. Who does that? Like I said, I think in my other video I said it's like the one in the Bible where both women were saying that the baby was theirs, and then the king finally just said, fine, I'll cut the baby in half and you can each have half. And because the real mom didn't want that because she didn't want her baby hurt, she said, no, let the other lady have it. And the other lady was like, okay, cool. And the king said, no, that's the real mom because she was willing to give it to you rather than me cutting it in half. And that's like the same moral to the story, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Burn? Okay. Oh, it's my old friend Colleen Malley's birthday today, and I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. And one day I hope you come here and we can all have fun. It would be so great. You curl my hair. She used to curl my hair when I was growing up and make me look real pretty. And she'd do the back of my hair all ringless and stuff. Oh man, I need it now. It's a little frizz. Well, as soon as I go out in the rain, it goes. Okay, alrighty. Think about these things and please comment and subscribe and like and do all that fun shit and help me grow my channel, like they all say. Help me, help me, help me. I don't have any merch. I'm just talking. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's Friday here now this weekend, and I hope you have a great time and just have a wonderful weekend. All right. Bye, guys. Hey, remember Johnny Carson? Oh my God. His monologues, they were the best. They were the best. And Cat Williams, he's hysterical. You gotta check him out. My God, he's funny. And there's an Isaac Butterfield. He's on YouTube. He's funny too. I love Ricky Gervais. Oh my God, he's he is funny. He's like right on the number. Like he's right at you. A really quick comedian. He's fast on his feet. You know. Anyways, okay. Bye. I love you. Bye.